Alright, so this is the project I'm going to be working on in the basement. There's this pipe that goes into the main stack over here, and there's a hub. Sorry, I'm putting shadows in the way with my phone. But you've got this hub, and what I want to do is take this rubber boot that I'd put on here about 15 years ago and remove that. You can see there's like these little bubbles that are popping up, and right here you've got focus. You've got this little stuff coming out here. This is putty that I put on about 20 years ago, and it does a pretty good job of sealing it up, and I could maybe scrape that off and put more putty on. But you've got little pinholes that are breaking through. And then I came around the other side one time because I was getting something on these shelves over here. There's just so much crap all in the way. And I noticed, I don't know if you can see right about there, but there's a massive area where it's getting rusty. And you can see that right underneath that is like some little stuff that maybe has dripped, so maybe there's a leak. Anyway, what I'm gonna do right now is get all these bikes out of the way. Focus. Yeah, get all these bikes out of the way. Get these things out of here, these wardrobes, and get all this junk out of here. I think I'm gonna get this shelf out of here, and so I'm just doing a lot of cleanup. Oh, and because I was worried about this thing being super heavy, and when I cut it, I ended up putting these braces in, so I put that board in, and this is threaded rod that's screwed into this thing, and you've got this rigid brace here to keep this from angling up like that and going up that way, but also to hold it this way. So that holds it pretty well. There might be a teensy bit of back and forth movement if there are major forces that get released. I also put in this strap right here to hold. This is a branch. Sorry. This right here is a branch that goes to the bathtub. And then right here, this is a branch that goes up into the wall for the sink. And I put a thing right here too. Again, it's threaded rod. And this should keep this from going that way or that way. And also it kind of hold it from going back and forth. So it really, I think with these three things, and then over here where the bathtub is, there's this little wire that supports the weight of the thing here. So I think it's pretty secure when I cut it. I'm planning on cutting right here, and then also cutting down there by the rubber boot. So I've cleared out all the crap that was here, and you can get to the pipe now. And here's the pipe. You can see it's pretty nasty looking right there. There's a little bit there coming out. That's not so bad. That almost looks like a crack right there. That almost looks like a crack. But then around over on this side is where it's crazy. Look at it. Look at that. So I put putty here, and it's just bubbling. I don't know if you can see how much it's sticking up right there, but it's really kind of nasty. And then I put this rubber boot over here, I don't know, like 10 years ago. And it looks like I didn't tighten this clamp enough because there's a little bit of moisture that's been weeping out of there and bringing funk with it. And over here, there's the same story. There's a little bit coming out here. So when I use a boot next time, I have to make sure that I torque these nuts down really tight. I've got a torque wrench. I guess I got to read the specifications of what torque it is. It's like 60 foot-pounds or something like that. I don't know if that's a lot or what. Maybe foot inches. I don't know. Not foot inches, pound inches. Anyway, so yeah, that's really nasty. Focus on that. That's really pretty gross. So I'm thinking I'm gonna cut here, and then I'm gonna take this off and look at what that looks like, and maybe I'll cut here, or maybe I'm gonna go to the lead seam right here and drill out the lead, pick the lead out, and then pull the pipe out of this hub. And I've got a rubber fitting that will fit inside the hub, or I can clamp a big clamp around here. All right, well, I'm procrastinating as much as I can. I think what I'm doing right now is, because I'm going to clamp right here, I want this pipe to not have any dirt and debris on the outside of it. So I'm cleaning it with this wire brush. It's got all these grooves, and you know, the clamp is going to clamp to the high spots between the grooves. I think I'm considering filling the grooves with wax so that I have a nice smooth surface. But maybe I'll just rely on the clamp. So that sound you hear is this pipe right here. I'm running the bathtub, and I'm running the sink, and I'm trying to get a bunch of water to come through here to flush this out, because I don't know what's in here, but I don't want it to be in there, whatever's in there. So I'm flushing it with water, and I've flushed the toilet twice, and we'll see. You know, at least this isn't leaking. The old pipe, you've got all these little things, but then there's water going through there. I can hear it, but it's not leaking. Moment of truth. Uh-oh. Now we got that. Interesting. I'm not really sure what I'm looking at here. There's water in there. Hi, are you recording now?
Yes.
All right, cool. All right, so I'm gonna cut here, and then I'm gonna come over here and cut here. This one is gonna be pretty easy because I can just follow one of these lines, and then yeah, and then I'll do my best with that one.
This is the part that gets edited out, plugging it in.
I will be editing, yeah. not as much crud and soap scum and stuff built up as I thought there might be. That's not bad. And how about over here? That one's not bad either. And how about this? Bad. This was the first time I'd used one of those reciprocating saws, and my cut wasn't that straight. It kind of wandered a little bit. So I switched to an angle grinder, and I cleaned up the ends just by grinding the metal down, which was kind of interesting because then you could see a really nice cross cut of what the metal looked like. And in a couple of places you could see where the rust had really kind of made like a pinhole leak. Like right here you can see how close the rust is getting to the edge of the wall. Because I was able to grind it down nice and clean. But it turns out it's really just fine. It holds. And when I put this rubber thing on, I folded it over on itself so that I could get the space to shove it in the gap between the two pipes. So you can slide it in and then roll it over. All right, well, here goes nothing. So it looks like we're done. Put this guy in, put that guy in, got the water running up in the tub, and I had it running really hot, and now I'm running it cold. This one, there's a tiny little leak, so I tightened this a lot tighter. I have no idea how much 60 inch-pounds or pound-inches is, but I tightened that as tight as I could just with my hands. And now it's bone dry. So there you go. We got a new pipe in there. Yay!